night. I hope I spelled it right in the heading. We're going to see what the boys are up to. I washed my hair. I think my dandruff is now under control. Now, yeah, the ceiling fan's on. I can't really turn it off. It's too hot anyway. So what is the temperature today? I don't think it's going to be too loud. Now, let's continue around and we'll have the temperature. We'll have the temperature. What's the temperature of the day? It is loading up. 27 degrees at 7:30 at night. We got up to 35 today, and tomorrow's going to be somewhere between 37 and 45. So, hot day tomorrow. Then we're back down to 24 and 25 again. What's the next highest? The next highest would be on the Wednesday. And I ain't doing no shopping in the shopping centre. Nope. I'm going to do it with Singapore because I don't have the money to play with this week. Now, please subscribe, hit that subscribe button. We're going to have some fun with Yasko in a minute. See what he's up to with the drones. He's still sick, but he's getting better. So, start with him. I haven't seen that one all that. I haven't seen that. We're having a little book. Oh, that's one I've forgotten how to. Okay, that's a nice one. We're just going to fill in time. Now come on in. We're going to start with Yasko in a minute, and then we're going to have CJ Basin. He's done a very good one. And we may, there's a, they've caught one of the drones. It looked like two of the drones they've caught, so we'll play that as well. That's from another channel. But Jazz wanted to know if he can use some of the guys' footage. They all said, yeah, it's YouTube. Go for it. So we're going to have a little news night tonight. I'm going to finish off that drawing. I said I was going to finish it off, but I was too pooped. I went and saw my doctor, and I've got to see her again. I said, I think I need one of my tablets, and she said, no, you don't need your tablets. That one is still in the script. Should be still a script there. And I said, nope. Chemist said, nope, it's not there. I'll do that on the 26th. I've got some tablets still free to pick up, so whatever day, the 20th, that's Boxing Day, isn't it? I'll have to be Friday. The 26th is Thursday, 27th she's off, 29th, yeah, Friday. I'll do it on the Friday. Go in quickly. Go to the chemist. Hello, Adam. How are you, sir? I'm good. My doctor, I said to my doctor this morning, I think I need my, I can't pronounce it, it's Targine. It's a diabetic pill. And she said, no, you're good. I've got me Panadol Osteo. Oh, they're the best. They are a very good tablet, Panadol Osteo, if you can have them. And we're just looking at Facebook. I'm just waiting for Ian to come on. Sometimes he's a little bit late. I love this coffee table, by the way. I love that as a coffee table. That is very, very clever. I don't know if it's real ad or say goodbye to stress with, if you can read that, Anna. It's from Thingabob. I would check to see if it is authentic with one of the, they've got an app out now that checks whether you're authentic or not. I must download it, actually. I'm just looking for Zentangle's patterns, filling in 5 minutes. I'm going to go back onto my old, this is my old iPad, right? This thing is a thing. Sound quality on this thing sucks. And with the ceiling fan going, full bore now, I don't think you guys would be able to hear it at all. So come on in. We're going to have a little drone night. And we might have a spooky one as well, who knows? Who knows? It's Monday night here in Australia, of course, and it's very warm. Been hot all day. It's just cooling down now a little bit. Now this one is an interesting one. Just so that she's done crazy huggins, I think. Bit narrow, and she's put these squares in. Okay, it's a clever little pattern. No, now I have to go back to the doctor's on Friday, the 29th, get another script to go to the chemist and come back home again. But I won't worry about that yet. My chemist stuff is due on the 20th. What day is the 20th, Adam? Is that a Monday? That's a Monday, isn't it? Monday? No. I can go on Monday the 23rd. Yeah, that can work too. Monday with some tablets. I've got tablets in the drawer. I don't know if you know our system, but I've got them put away in a drawer at the chemist. She said they're due on the 20th. Now if I go in on the 23rd, yeah, that will work. That will work, honestly. I'm just trying to work out things in my head right now. I said to the doctor, I need that tablet. And she said, no. To her system, I've still got a script there. Yeah. No, I like that too. That's simple, very simple. She's used a glitter pen. Here, one of the gold glitter pens. You can get them at, I'll just put you up here, guys. But we're using this old iPad today because that sound quality sucks. Now, I'm trying to upload a video to Facebook, Adam. Fingers crossed they don't cut me out. Okay, fingers crossed they don't cut me out. I'm going to do my drawing here. I'll have to unplug. He's fully charged. I do love my Apple iPhone 16 Pro, but it's a very expensive phone. And they still haven't changed taken my old phone off of the bill. Now, I'm thinking that we'll never get back to that one, I don't think. There's some of my work here. Now, go back into YouTube. See how the camera angle is. It's a 10-minute job. It is a 10-minute job to set everything up. Now, let's see how we're looking. And then we'll go on to... And the picture quality sucks. I might go on to 5G, Adam. Let me just switch over. See what 5G's like. Any clearer? Okay, I'll just turn that off for a minute so I can hear myself. I'll move that there like that. Now we'll find me on here. I'm keeping this one as the comments. There we go. That's easy to do. There we go. I can see the comments. I can see if Ian's here. And I can look at that. Now, I don't know if you can edit these videos. Someone got analytics video edit. Oh, that looks a bit sharper on 5G. So we're on 5G tonight, guys. My iPads are on Wi-Fi and I'm on 5G. Work that one out, Adam. Do you know anything about technology, sir? I certainly don't. I don't know the pricing of it either. We did this one another way. This one came out perfectly the first time. I'm happy with that one. And we're working on this bad boy. Well, I'm thinking it's almost finished except for a little bit of colour, a little bit of watercolour. This is all new art. I love the way this turned out. I love that. In the picture, go to my Facebook page, Art by Me, Andrew Walker. Have a look at that on a photo. It looks like it's raised up. I don't know if you can tell on the, well, you can see it on the, you can see it on the, looks like it's raised. I'm nearly going to put, what are they called? Tongs? Not tongs. The little peg things on there, you know, with the holes in the gemstone. I thought, no, I'll just leave it like that. Now we're working on this one for a little while, then I'm going to do flux behind. Now this is behind this one, okay, and this is floating. Now stick with me. I'm just going to wait one more minute for it. In what's official is my oh God, I can't talk tonight. Moderator. I can't bloody talk tonight. Let me have a drink. Now I'll just check the sound. Sure is my moderator. No, I'm all tongue-tied. My nose is all blocked again. Stick with me, Adam. Stick with me. I'm sure it will get better. Now we're going to have Yasko first, then CJ. Yeah, I'll just check the sound. And then they've got one of the drones. They have. Maybe we'll start with that. Hang on. Okay, while we're waiting for Ian to come on in. Something come in late. Now, where is that? Use energy drones. They've got theirs up again too. There. Oh, where's it? It's in my UFO. It's in the UFO ones. If you're looking, she's excellent. I'm in the middle of that one. There's CJ. Now, where's this? Give us one that came up just 5 minutes ago. I'll tell you the first 5 seconds of it anyway. Oh, come on. Let's go into history. Let's go into blinking history, Adam. Where's history? There's me history. Erupting earthquake? What's going on? Bloody earthquakes everywhere. History. Oh, there it is. I'll bring up this first. In case anyone missed it, I watch different stuff than you guys. Now, there's no sound right at the beginning, but they have caught, there's one of the drones there. And if that's not a bloody flying saucer, I don't know what is. It's even shaped like it. Look at it. Look at the shape of him. And there's his mate over here, or it's in 2 halves, one the other. Look, they're intact. Now, they're intact. This is what we've all been listening to. Well, I'm going to put a little pattern, I think, in there, too. I want a bit of a pattern. Look at the shape of it. Oh, look at it. Things, you're on 5G, you silly boat. I've done it now. Come on. Catch up. You all right there, Adam? My thing's going around and around and around. That, I don't know what that is. Now, I'll get out of there. That's China. That is China. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Oh, why are you going around in a circle? Get out of there. Oh, get out of there. Come back in. Look at this little grouping. Look at this. I don't know. Someone said that was years old, that one. So that's that little one. Oh, come on, YouTube. I had to get out of there. It was going around in a circle, Adam. Ah, boy. You, yes, you. Oh, come on now. Where are we? Oh, where are we? Okay. Gotta go in there. Gotta go in there yet. Okay, we'll just catch up in a minute. I'll go away, motorbike. Now, why are you going around? Yeah, we're caught up. Now, if you want some nice quiet music and you're into photography, watch him. Watch this guy. Press. I can't pronounce his first name, but it's Press. Looking for Press. It is photography. He's done a 5-hour session this morning. Hello, Julie. Where's Ian, Julie? Can you can you get to him? You've just missed the best little bit of evidence I've seen. They just look like flying saucers. Hang on, I'll bring it up for you, Julie. I'll bring it up again. Have a look at this police. They've actually caught 2 of the drones. What we're calling drones, but if that's not a flying saucer, Julie, I don't know what is. Yeah, he'll be here in a minute. I'm just starting off with Yasko first. Have a look at this bugger. Julie, have a look at this from an airplane. I mean, we're going to be in for a good year next year. Have a look at this. We've got earthquakes, volcano eruptions. A thingamabob yesterday in California. Tornado. Never had it in California, in that section for ages. Now we're going to bring up Yasko. Come on, subscriptions. Let's bring up Yasko. I'll have him first, but I have not seen all of it.
Hello, everyone.
No, don't go away, you. Where are you, sir? I see they've got another one. Where are you? Now, give me a minute to find it, guys. That's it. There we go. He's done it while he was, he's nearly better. He's getting better. The antibiotics are helping. I'll just start it again, and I'll bring it up. Now they go around in a circle.
It's not a bird, it's not a plane, but it is a topic of conversation and concern.
What the heck is going on?
Increasingly,
We
more
don't
reports of
know.
drone sightings over the East Coast.
There's the drone. He's been there for about 15 minutes now. There's stuff spraying out of them.
There's a crashed one by the looks of
Alright,
it.
so unless you've been living under a rock, there are drones, UFOs, the size of school buses in our airspace right now. Everyone is concerned, and honestly, I don't blame them. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a deep dive into everything surrounding this drone timeline. We're going to cover FBI and police response, news response, and
Now, is
also
this
I will be showing you guys some videos
real,
of drones that
Julie,
have
or
been
is
recording
this
literally
just made up?
hours
What do you
ago of me
reckon?
recording this video. Get
What do you
ready.
reckon?
This is crazy.
Is
This isn't a
some
conspiracy,
government
guys. This is as real as it gets. And honestly, I
plan or what?
completely understand why everyone's freaking out, and people want answers. So if you guys could do me a favor, please leave a like on this video and also subscribe to this channel, because by the time you're watching this, I will be on the way to New Jersey. I will be camping
Well,
out
you-
and doing live streams in
you
hotspots
hope
where
you
people
are.
claim that these drones have been sighted, and all the other strange occurrences that I will be covering in today's video. So you don't want to miss this, guys, so make sure you're subscribed. But before that, we'll take a look at this first video that kind
Yeah,
of
there's a
explains
little open spot
everything.
there.
Also, guys, one last
We're caught up, yes, we're caught up. I don't know why the picture quality is bad on
Please let me
5G
know. Want to get in
tonight.
communication with you.
Millions of Americans have their eyes to the sky trying to unwrap history. Ever since Thanksgiving, there have been thousands of reported drones, mostly in the skies over New Jersey. Now those sites have spread. reports of flying objects have cropped up in half a
We
dozen
still
states
have
in
a
the
spooky
Northeast.
episode in
I
a
do want
little
to mention
while.
something because I am from the Northeast. I live in upstate New York, and the Northeast at this time of the year gets absolutely freezing. And if anyone's ever used a drone before,
Yeah.
you know that weather definitely affects drones. So whatever's out there flying for very long periods
Sorry
of
for
time
the
in this sort of cold
fan
has to be
on
some
and
very high level equipment, to say the least. So just keep that in mind
noise
as we
is
go through
bothering
all of
you
these videos
guys?
for the rest of this video.
off. It's got up to
Even here in New York
34
City.
today.
And now what was a curiosity is raising some alarm among some federal officials. The FBI and Homeland Security Department have said these objects do not pose a threat to the public. In fact, some law enforcement officials believe they aren't drones, but planes or helicopters that are being mistaken for unmanned aircrafts. But despite that, some high-ranking elected leaders are
Oh,
demanding
come on.
answers to what
We're
the
not
objects are
stupid.
and who's controlling them.
All right, guys, so we have to be honest with ourselves here. We have to understand when something is being covered up or when we're just straight up being lied to. And this is definitely one of those instances.
Yeah.
So apparently these don't pose a threat. However, there's no information surrounding them.
Well,
And obviously
CJ
people
found
are
out
afraid when something like
today
this happens and it's
he
covered
was
up every
told
single
by
news
somebody to wear a
outlet possible.
hazmat
Mass
suit.
hysteria takes place. Everyone's freaking out, especially in that
So-
area. You probably want to let people know, like, okay, this is what it is. Boom. However, it's not going to be helicopters just flying over singles. They don't look like helicopters in the slightest.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
just something to keep in mind. Let's get it.
Hey, Ian, we're just having a drone night tonight. Oh, you got your dinner?
States is now more than
Dinner and coffee?
3,000 and counting. We saw blinking,
Aye.
lots of blinking things up in the sky to the south.
We're having a
Greater
drone
Ocean
night
in New
tonight.
Jersey, unexplained drone
Maybe a
activity
creepy
was reported
episode as
above
well.
a naval weapons station, while farther north, the FAA ordered temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drones over Picatinny Arsenal.
I don't
where
know.
government
I
research is
think we may be
conducted,
going
and over
crazy,
a Trump
maybe.
golf club. There's one right above us, but no one is
Oh,
sure
play
how the
CJ's
oversized
one as
drones,
well
some
tonight.
reported to be the size of cars, got there. At the White House, the National Security Communications Advisor offered this.
Many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully.
And a local sheriff seemed to
Okay. Many are.
Yeah,
What about the
maybe.
ones that aren't?
Yeah,
And I
ones
completely
that aren't.
understand that. Sorry, guys, by the way, if I cough throughout this video.
Yeah, he'll be
dealing with
coughing
pneumonia.
for
It's on
about
its
2
way out,
months, they told
just,
us.
please understand.
Yeah, that's pneumonia.
There's a lot going on here that a lot of people are trying to almost discredit as, hey, it's just this, you know, but there's always more to the story. And they can say, oh, some of them are, military operated, or some of them are, U.S. owned, and, there's nothing to be worried about. But what about the others that aren't? What about the others that are literally in strange shapes with like 3 points?
Yes, I should have probably
They don't
known.
look like
That would be
helicopters.
all.
They don't look like any sort of like jet. So
No,
why are we
they
dealing
don't.
with that? The thing is, this is what people are looking for. They're looking for answers. It's all people want. But
credit the credibility of a covert operation.
If they didn't put their lights on, no one would be looking, right?
Right.
They're putting their lights so they want you to see.
But some politicians want to know more.
The fact that the federal agencies responsible
Now, is this Project Bluebeam?
have not come forward in a clear
Merry
way
Christmas.
is unacceptable.
Yesterday, New Jersey Governor
Merry
Phil
Christmas,
Murphy wrote a
guys.
letter to President Biden asking for federal
I'll be on
resources to figure
Christmas
out
night,
what's
and I'll
going
be
on.
on Christmas
And
Eve.
senators from New York and New Jersey signed a joint letter to the
I don't
FBI,
know.
FAA,
She'll be
and
there.
Department of Homeland Security.
If you don't know whose it is,
No,
and
if I
you
can
have
find
to
any
take it
Christmas
down.
music
Well, that
for
sentiment
us.
from New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand echoed by President-elect Donald Trump. He
Oh,
posted
good.
on Truth Social that the government should let the public know what the objects are or shoot them down. Experts caution the public should not take matters into their own hands. Shooting down a drone or any aircraft is a federal crime.
we're actually going to be covering that later because people have actually been shooting at these drones, like
Oh, yeah, of
themselves.
course they have.
with their own guns, which is crazy. But yeah, we'll be covering that as well. It's just so crazy the severity of what is going on.
Yeah,
This
we
is getting into the president's hands, the FBI's hands, and it makes you wonder, like, where is this going to go from here?
I
Because
don't know.
if this has been happening since Thanksgiving, and right now we're in mid-December, we still don't have answers how long will this go along? I don't know if you guys remember, but almost an exact year ago from today, there was the Miami Mall alien situation,
Yeah.
right? And everyone kind of brushed it off as just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, it's just 70 police car units. Kids were fighting.
Yeah, kids are fighting, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But
We
it's
don't believe that one
Say
either.
it's not a bird, it's not a plane, but it is a topic of conversation and concern.
What the heck is going on?
Increasingly, more reports of drone sightings over the East Coast.
I mean, the guys, look at that. That looks so strange. It looks like a fidget spinner. But
Yes,
what
it
are we
does look
looking
like a
at here?
fidget
You know what I mean?
spinner. It
Like,
does.
what is it that's flying like
I
that?
don't know.
You can't tell me that's a helicopter. You can't tell me that's a jet. So, what are we looking at? That's the thing. And why? Why for these prolonged periods of time? And
Most recently, Staten Island, New York. Elected officials pointed the finger at the federal government.
I don't believe that the United States of America, with its military capabilities, does not know what these objects are.
For weeks, residents in New Jersey have seen the mysterious objects overhead.
We saw blinking, like lots of blinking things up in the sky to the south, right over the ocean.
Thursday, National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby said the government has not been able to corroborate any of the reported sightings and said there's no evidence they pose a security risk. Now, residents in Indiana are seeing them and Connecticut too.
This is like the fifth I've seen.
Friday, first responders in New Jersey headed out in daylight to investigate a possible downed drone, but left the scene without recovering anything.
The Pentagon confirmed they are not U.S. military drones. Drones are legal in New Jersey for recreational and commercial use, but are subject to FAA regulations and flight restrictions.
see, that's so weird. We're getting certain, political figures saying,
Yeah.
they're ours. It's nothing to worry about. Then you have the Pentagon saying, no. So there's a lot of mix up here, and this plays a huge part into why people are so damn confused and worried. And a lot of people are out here in New Jersey right now investigating this. And honestly,
Yeah.
I'm
He
really
wants
upset
to
I
go
didn't
so
remember when in the first place,
badly.
or else I'd be there. I will.
Yeah, I
So,
think Meow's gone in.
What's really crazy about
She
this
would
is
have
how
popped in
this
by
started,
now.
like
So
I
would
said,
the other
around
one.
Thanksgiving time. But it's really picking up as of lately. Like this last week is when everything's kind of, you can't go on any news site, you can't open any social media without seeing something about
Seems
this.
to me
Now,
like they're
people are uploading videos about this by
covering
the
up
hour.
something
And as a matter of
else.
fact, the video that I'm about to show you right now is of a drone allegedly spraying something in the air. And this was recorded at the time of me recording this 2 hours ago. Take a look at this. So apparently this TikTok user was live on TikTok, and then the live got suspended out of nowhere.
which is
strange
unusual.
in
I
itself,
haven't gone live
let
on
me show you the video.
TikTok.
Well, my live was
I do have an
suspended,
account
guys.
there.
So
Oh, there's one.
there's
Look
the drone. He's been there for about 15 minutes now.
at him. That's not a
Um,
flying saucer in from,
This is freaky.
I don't know what is. That's
Yeah, so they
in the
are.
shape of, look at
There's
it.
stuff spraying out of them. This is new to me.
I don't know what they're spraying.
It's literally just floating.
This one's really close. And then there's others flying around it. But this one's right here. And I don't know if it was this exact one, but multiple, there's about 3 surrounding them right now. And
You can
they
see
are
the other one.
spraying things.
Yeah, that looks nice. I'm not going to do the end bits, I don't think.
That's the freaky part. There's stuff coming out of these drones now.
Yep.
I got kicked off my live. So there's this one right
Why
here
did you
has
get
been
kicked off your
standing here
live?
for about a half hour now.
We still going? I'm paranoid now.
And there's another one surrounding
I
it.
just got cut off earlier myself.
Yeah, and it's just there. There's no police around it. It's just there. And there's multiple ones around it. This is really scary.
The thing is, too, she mentioned there's no police around it, but, like, genuinely speaking, what are the police going
to do?
What can they do about this? You know what I mean? Like, people are saying shoot it down. Maybe you shoot it down. I don't know. But at the same time, you don't know who owns it. You don't know what use it has. You know, God forbid you shoot down some very important person's aircraft, and now that's gonna hurt. But that's just so strange to me because this was recorded literally hours ago, guys. And it's not like she's in the middle of nowhere or anything. You look back in this video.
She's got a house.
She's on her back porch patio. You know? You can see other houses in the background. This is just flying above their houses. That's so strange to me. I don't know. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. Please let me know. So we clearly have a lot of footage of the UFOs in the sky. But at the same time, we also have some footage of some crash sites of these UFOs. And the crazy part is, some people even tried to get into these crash sites. One guy in particular, Garrett, he actually made it to one of the crash sites and he recorded what he encountered and also what some of the people in the area told him, and it was very strange. I want you guys to listen to this and let me know what you think, because honestly, this kind of rubs me a strange way. It's really weird.
I'm literally right where the drone crashed earlier today at 7:30, I think. The drone crashed in this parking lot. We've talked to like a bunch of locals that have all said this is where it crashed. We went into the store, tried to ask the employees, and he said, I have to call corporate. There's nothing they can tell us. And then, we talked to a bunch of other people that lived in the area in Lowe's, and they were like, oh yeah, they said they didn't find anything. But there were like 5 fire trucks. I don't know. We've been literally driving all over New Jersey trying to figure out what's actually happening, and there's like a lot of lights in the sky. But I think they're just planes. They're either planes or I think it's our government. That's my best leading theory right now. Then they're hiding something from us. But if you want to see the full video, it should be out in a day or two on my YouTube channel, and I'll try to keep posting on here. But this is
I'll keep an eye out for him
and
too.
none of the employees will talk to
It's
me.
definitely a UFO. It's
That
got
is
to
so
be.
crazy.
The shape
So
of
basically,
it.
they were told not to say anything. If
No.
they're telling him to go to corporate, or they have to call corporate before they could even, consider saying anything to him.
Yeah, no.
And like I said before, this reminds me of the Miami Mall alien situation, because I actually went to Miami and I talked to some of these storefronts in that general area, and all of them said, we are not able to say a word. The police told us we can't say a thing. Strange. Really strange. Let me know what you guys think. So the next thing I wanted to take a look at was an actual interview with a drone pilot and his thoughts on everything, because this puts a lot of things into perspective for you. Someone who is very intelligent and very informed surrounding these sorts of aircrafts. Take a listen.
Drones should be red and green. That means they're connected to the controller.
Like everyone else in New Jersey, drone pilot Mike Anella is trying to decipher the recent mysterious sightings.
This, solid green. That's highly unusual.
He's been using commercial drones from his own business, New Jersey Drone Shots, to take video of the unidentified craft. Some turn out to be just regular planes flying into Newark.
We could tell by the tail and the logo it was a United Airlines flight.
But others he can't explain and says they're not ordinary drones.
I wouldn't even think how to transport them. They're huge. They're the size of cars. The light pattern is very unusual.
Unless, of course, they are cars and they're
that they're
testing them
flying so
out.
low is not
Could they be
understandable.
He
testing
also
out
doesn't
the
understand how they
vehicle?
managed to stay
No,
airborne
their
for so
vehicle, see
long,
if they can
especially
fly.
now.
It takes a lot of more power to operate a drone in the cold. I can get about 45 minutes in the air just hovering with my drone. These drones are up in the air for more than 2 hours.
Perhaps the most puzzling part is why we still don't have answers. Anella says the skies are closely regulated, and flying over a sensitive space like Picatinny Arsenal would attract attention fast.
If I took one of my drones over one of those areas, I would have
That
law
guy
enforcement
might be
on me
using
in
this
probably
footage.
10 seconds.
Until we know what's going on, he's cautious
I'm
about
sure
where
we'll
he
get
flies
strike
and hopes it
out
doesn't
if we
impact his
do.
business.
We want answers. Because effectively, I want to make sure I can feel safe to fly.
And understandably so. I completely get it, man. And the thing that he mentions too is he's talking about the structures of these aircrafts. And I've purchased very expensive drones before for some of the footage that I've filmed, and even drones that are pushing several thousands of dollars. They, like he says, last about 45 minutes-ish, maybe an hour if you're lucky and good
If you
weather
don't
and
crash.
whatnot. The craziest part about all of
They
this is
don't
because
crash
most
on
drones, even those very expensive drones that I just mentioned, if you try to set them up to fly in an area where you're not supposed to, like a no-fly zone or just a military area, etc., it literally won't fly. It won't get up off the ground. If anything, it'll get up like a foot off the ground and come back down because you can't, right? So whatever's up there is able to either pass this or has authority to do so. And both of those scenarios are pretty damn crazy. And it really makes you wonder. And to hear this from a guy who's very specialized and intelligent in this sort of field, man, it really puts a massive question mark on everything. I'm telling you, I don't know. And because of all of this that we just covered, this has sent the United States, and as a matter of fact, a lot of the world, in a state of panic because no one knows why this is happening or who is behind any of this. And it surely doesn't help when strange things are occurring at the same time that truly just don't make sense. Like strange messages coming through on radio stations in states like New Jersey that are, encountering all of these drones in the sky. So take a look at these. I'm very confused about this. As a matter of fact, there are several videos covering this on several different radio stations about these strange sort of messages, and they sound very similar. So let's take a look at these.
What the fuck?
What the hell is that? It does sound
That's
like
so
that.
weird because, one, if it was some sort of like janky signal, you'd hear in some sort of, static behind it. But it's so clear, one, it is very distorted. You can barely hear anything. But with her talking in the background mixed with this, you can tell that the audio itself in the video isn't being distorted. It's the audio coming from the radio station, which is really strange.
7
I
p.m.
once
Yeah, well, it's
taken,
8.
like,
8 o'clock here. We'll go to about 10.
What the fuck?
I haven't had any tea yet. No
This is so
idea
weird.
what I want for tea.
If anyone can play with this sort of audio and let me know what it says, maybe if you speed it up, slow it down, do some sort of magic, let me know. I'd appreciate it very much. But this isn't the only instance of this. Like I said, there's several. For example, this one. It's identical.
Kind of sounds whaley, like a whale. No. It's New York Christmas Station. And now they're interfering with the Christmas stations. That's a bit scary.
We're on New York State's
Radio
Christmas station. That doesn't sound like Mariah Carey to me, personally. That sounds horrifying. Guys, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for me right now.
Yep.
That's terrifying. One, two. It's crazy how clear it is. Like there's no sort of like signal interference at all. It's just so clear. But what isn't clear is like what's coming through. I just truly don't know if it's being like if the pitch is just so low you can't understand what's going on or what's being said. If anything's being said, I don't know. Like I said, if anyone can do some sort of editing magic, I'm gonna let it play one more time. I'm really gonna listen, but I'm also gonna be quiet so you can work your magic.
Yeah, Loch Ness. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Not Loch Ness. I've heard bits from him in the past when he was very popular. I have heard of things. How's that? Hi, John. How are you, sir? This is Yasko, if you're wondering. He's up first, and I'm going to play CJ. And listen to what CJ says. We're just doing some drawing.
It sounded like it said something towards the end there. It was
Yeah.
almost like a couple of words. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing it. I don't know.
He's been sick for about 12
Probably,
days.
isn't it? But that's so freaky. Now, here's the thing.
He's
If you were to
tripping.
experience this
He's
on
on his
any
meds.
ordinary day, right, you're going to be like, wow, this is weird, right? You might change the station, right?
Yeah.
But when this is going on, and then you have literal UFOs, drones in the sky,
I wish I'd gone more behind.
it's
that
pretty
one.
damn weird. And I always say, how many coincidences before it's no longer a coincidence? You know what I mean? Very strange. Very strange. So remember how earlier some people were calling for these drones to be shot down? Well, some people were assuming that that was some sort of like passive-aggressive sort of invitation.
Ian,
some people
block
took it
him,
quite
will
literally,
you?
like this fella right here.
Blue Waffles is back under a different name, Ian. Oi, 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 oi. We are shooting him down. Ian, you there, sir? Block John.
What's crazy about this is,
Okay.
imagine that wasn't a drone, and that was just a casual plane
where
flying in
are
the sky. And imagine this guy actually connected one of these shots. The amount of shit that this guy would get himself into because of that is genuinely insane. So it makes you realize how serious these people are taking these drone sightings, because, I mean, this is wild. This is genuinely crazy to do. To each their own. But once again, like, we genuinely don't know what that is up there. You know, if some people are saying, oh, it's, you know, nothing to be worried about. It's all good. But then some people are like, I have no idea. You know, that's the difference here. And this guy was just like, you know what? I heard him say shoot it down.
I'd stock up on the essentials. Yeah, I just blocked John, Ian, if you're wondering. Oh, come on, you got better aim than that. Guys, it's supposed to be professional shooting. Why are they missing
He's
him?
going for the kill, the takedown.
But he's missing them. Don't forget that's behind that.
My guy's doing this on a residential road. There's a car driving.
Yeah, that
They
could be
just did
very
that from his
dangerous.
porch.
That could be very dangerous. That is very dangerous.
Well, this is America, I suppose, but that's crazy. Bro did that from his porch. There's a house across the street.
Yeah, I know, there's a house right across
Hey, listen, that's
the
crazy,
street.
but, I mean, some people said, shoot it down. When you say something like that, some people will take it literally. So, yeah, I don't know, this whole drone thing is so strange. You know, when you mix everything together, you have something that's just so unexplainable, and it's really hard to pinpoint where to even go from here. You know, it's really hard to break down, because there's so many people out there right now, so many people investigating, so many people looking, but the problem is if you look too far in, you can get yourself into some severe trouble. The problem is if you put up your own drones in areas that you're not supposed to, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's
Then you
it.
get all of these sort of mixed signals. Like, oh, we should be shooting them down. Then you have some fellow like this. But then there's just so many mixed signals here.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like something's being covered up. It's also pretty
Oh, it's
crazy that
definitely
recently
being
someone
covered up.
literally just killed a CEO on the street in New York and almost got away with it, kind of. But now this whole situation is crazy, and then this happens,
Oh, I
and
had a
like I
lovely
said,
sleep.
it's just strange.
Ah,
Some people
yeah,
are claiming this to be a
Meow's
cover-up
back.
for that. Some people
Meow's
are claiming
back,
all
is
sorts
she?
of things. I don't know.
Oh, she's a
And
naughty
that's what I
meow.
want you guys to be is comment.
You're on 5G.
Comment.
You're on
down in the comment
5G.
section. It's very, very much appreciated. And because I think that it's only going to get more and more intense.
Ta-ta,
time goes
meow,
on.
yeah, that's
We're
right.
nearing the new
And
year,
ta-ta
and I
to
feel
John,
like
too.
every single year around this time, there's something crazy that happens, you know, and
you are working
shit, I'm
now.
gonna be there
We
every
lost
single time to
connection.
investigate this,
It's
but
going to be one of those
I
nights,
don't
I'm
know.
afraid.
This is
Ian.
crazy. This is crazy.
You don't suppose
Yeah.
they're interfering
Sorry,
with our
blown away. This guy
networks, do
straight up
you?
shot this drone
It's all
in a
big
residential.
bloody mad.
Yeah. Anyways,
It's weird.
thank you
It's
guys so
weird.
much
I'm
for
going to
watching.
go
With that
over
being said, I'll
to
see you guys in the
thumbs
next
up.
video.
I'll leave a comment later now. I'll go over to CJ. They told him, and if you come across a drone, stay away and put on your hazmat, your suits. I can't pronounce the word, but you know what I'm talking. Down drone. Where are you, CJ? Where are you, CJ? Come here. Oh, come on, you're not down far down, are you? Oh, there's finding things. Come on. They're good for sleeping, eh? If you have trouble falling asleep. They're very, very good for sleeping. Ah, there it is.
Lawmakers desperate for answers as mystery drones buzz over New Jersey neighborhoods, including my own house. A major response from authorities that could be related to an incident involving a drone. It is happening in Hillsborough, New Jersey.
7 right here. What the heck?
States across the Northeast reporting swarms of suspected drones appearing with no explanation.
All over New Jersey. Since then, there's been an average of 92 sightings per night and expanding across half a dozen states.
Officials in New Jersey demanding action from federal authorities, meeting with Homeland Security earlier this week.
It scares the bejesus out of me. You have to tell me, in this day and age, 2024, that somebody can
they
be
don't
flying
know what's
drones
going
over
on.
northern
I
New
don't
Jersey,
know.
and we have no
Crazy.
clue who it is, where they're coming from, or where they're landing. That's unacceptable.
She says she heard the drone crash happened overnight here, but she says that she's seen several, what she believes are drones anyway, flying around her home. She says she lives not too far from where we're live right now.
A New Jersey legislator also in that meeting, posting on X that the drones appear much larger than typical hobby drones, in some cases up to 6 feet. They often fly with their lights off, making them harder to detect. Between 4 to 180 sightings per day, most often between 5 and 11 p.m.
People should be concerned, right? We've got our water supply, our electric. It's exposed right now. We don't have a net over our power grid.
No,
So unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about these drones or
There's a
otherwise
CJ,
known as
guys.
UAPs flying around the New
Nice.
Jersey skyline and even hitting parts of Manhattan and New York City, all the way over to Western Maryland,
New York
lower
City
Delaware.
got
They've been
now?
seen almost in a tri-state
They
region,
got a
and no
military
one knows why. So I'm not talking about your neighbor's $300 drone buzzing around in his backyard. What I'm talking about is a massive, high-tech drones spotted in the dead of night, and they've got weird flying patterns that are so precise, it's got people wondering who's controlling them and what are they looking for. Now, over the past month, there's been some mysterious reports of drones flooding all over New Jersey, and you've probably seen some of the headlines. Towns like Ewing, Hamilton, and parts of Monmouth County, Somerset, all of those have had residents calling local authorities saying there's drones flying around in groups, sometimes as many as a dozen all at once. And they're not just hovering, they're moving in grids like they're scanning for something before disappearing without a trace. Here's the crazy part though, no one knows where these drones are coming from. Local law enforcement has investigated and even the FAA has been contacted, but so far, nothing. Nobody's claimed responsibility, and that's where the theories start flying. No pun intended. Some people think that these drones are part of a top-secret government surveillance program. Others say it's private companies testing new tech. But here's where it gets interesting. Owning drones this advanced is not cheap. We're talking about millions of dollars in equipment here.
No
These
idea
aren't the
what
kind of
that
drones that you can pick up at Best Buy or Amazon. So my question is, who's got the money and resources to pull this off, and why the state of New Jersey? But right now, people are freaked out.
Why start
And
off
honestly, I
there?
don't blame them. You've got these advanced drones flying over homes, schools, major highways. They're even affecting air traffic control now at a New York airport where they had to divert flights, delay flights, and even cancel flights in some of the worst case scenarios. Which leads me to believe if the government knew who was doing this and they had any control whatsoever, why are they messing with civilians on commercial aircraft trying to land planes? It's also extremely dangerous, in my opinion, if you are a helicopter pilot, late at night you're flying around, or maybe you are even a medevac. And listen, Just a couple of nights ago, a medevac helicopter could not land or take off from a spot because of the drone sightings around them. If they would have put that aircraft up in the air, the helicopter would have had the risk of getting that drone caught up in the propeller and would eventually crash the helicopter.
I don't think
So
they've
there's
got
a
a
lot of safety
propeller.
concerns. It's not just, oh my gosh, these drones are
I
flying
don't think
around.
they've got
Let's go get
one.
our tinfoil hats. This is a safety concern. And this is where a lot of New Jersey residents are really fearing for not only their safety, but others as well. Now, some of the theories about these drones and why they're here range from logical to straight up wild as hell. Some believe it's a military project testing out advanced reconnaissance systems, which, you know, I can see that. But again, why New Jersey? And why at night? And why don't you just say, hey, we're testing this tech out?
That would be too
Others
easy,
think it could
wouldn't
be
it?
connected to big corporations surveying land for some big future project. And then there's the group that's convinced it's extraterrestrial. Obviously, aliens, UFOs of some sort. But that would make sense because people have seen these drones take off like a bat out of hell and fly away at almost the speed of light almost. And then other people are saying, and they've witnessed, including myself, that the drone's lights just completely go out and they disappear. Now, in this video that you're going to watch, I'm going to walk you through everything that's kind of going on here. And my friends and I, we went out to the Pine Barrens, which is literally in the dead center of New Jersey. And there's 5 of us. We all come from different backgrounds in life. And we're like, listen, if we're going to witness something, we're going to witness this together. And we're going to try to see what the hell is actually going on.
I want more
Not only
somewhere.
the Pine Barrens, but New Jersey as well. Our adventure started in Red Lion, New Jersey, right outside the Pine Barrens. We all met up at a local Dunkin' Donuts there and started to drive southeast into the Pine Barrens, into the Wharton
Let's
State
see what
Forest.
this paper can do.
Now,
eh?
I knew of this area. There is a very large open field, and that's exactly where we went. We parked up there, and it was a great 360 visual. I had my big van there. I had my Starlink, and this is the most important thing to remember in all of this is our investigation that night was backed up by actual factual data, aka flight radar. And now I use flight radar on my phone. It's an app. I believe it's free to use. And you can track any commercial flight, any private flight, any airplane in the sky right now. You can see it and where it's going, where it's been, how fast it's going, how high it is up in the air. And I think that's what's confusing a lot of people. They're saying, oh my gosh, you know, a lot of people are getting aircraft right now confused for actual drones that are in the air. So what you may think is a drone might be an American Airlines flight headed from, you know, Miami to Philadelphia or whatever you might, you know, it doesn't really matter, but that's what I'm trying to get at. Now, if you're using this app like we were this night that you're about to watch, we used flight radar to make sure that we could debunk whether or not we thought this was an aircraft or a drone. And it was pretty precise because all night long we were seeing aircraft and I could match that up on flight radar and it was accurate. But the drones or UAPs that we were seeing all night long from the hours of 6 p.m. till 11:30 when we left were all not on flight radar. Now I know what you're saying, CJ, what if it was military? That is a very, very valid point. Not all military planes use transponders to transpond their location live on flight radar. But there are military-grade flight radars that they can see anything and everything. Now, I'm going to point this out. I would not personally put my drone up in the air in New Jersey right now because I have a really good feeling the FBI or somebody, the CIA, somebody's coming to knock on your door. And I don't want that. So I refrained from putting my drone up in the air because I did not want to get it confused with anything else that could have been in that area, nor did I want someone reporting my drone that is in the air. So again, all 5 of us, they were from Baltimore and I am from Delaware, and we all met up in the Pine Barrens. You have to understand one thing. We all witnessed the exact same thing. We were seeing drones that the lights would just shut off. We were seeing drones fly in patterns, and the weirdest part of the night was when we looked off in the distance in the northwestern region of the Pine Barrens, there was 3 drones or UAPs that were in a perfectly good triangle formation, and that triangle was spinning in a 360 direction. It was almost like a weird illusion at first, and then we realized, okay, this is really happening. We're all witnessing this. We're getting this on camera, and I think it's crazy because as we're in the Pine Barrens, you know, the Pine Barrens are creepy enough as it is, with mob activity and ghost sightings and all that kind of stuff. But now
Yeah,
you're
now it's
adding
extra
extraterrestrial involvement in this. Now, I don't
They're
think that I
extra crazy.
believe in UFOs as far as like aliens and extraterrestrial, but there's a lot of people who do, and I will never, ever, ever discount your experience or your opinion. And I hope that you watching this video right now, you don't discount mine. This is a two-way street here. In the comments section below, I want you all to absolutely go bonkers. I don't care how crazy your theory is, drop it below, let me know. Because again, this is part one.
Yeah, it's gotta be another
I'm
part.
headed back out to the Jersey Shore area next. I'm not going to the Pine Barrens, I'm going to the Jersey Shore, where there was an officer who witnessed
He's
up
wearing
to
a wedding
50
band now,
drones
Reed.
flying from out from the sea into the shoreline.
So they may have got
I
married.
believe the report said once the drones got to the shoreline, all of the drones dispersed in like a different direction. It did not sound like jet engines and had that hum as a drone would, which has an electric motor.
Nice.
But now let's talk about the tech behind all of this, okay?
Yeah, the
this has got me really thinking.
technology.
Drones of this capability will take millions of dollars to build and millions of dollars to take care of. This is technology that I don't think any of us as civilians have probably ever laid eyes on. This is military-grade drones or something from outside of this world, as some people are saying. Now, I know that everyone is saying the government's covering up something, the government's covering up something, and they very might well be. Who the hell knows? I can talk until I'm blue in the face about what I think and my opinions about that, but I think we all have to go into it with an open mind. I think I would have to say over 50% of people probably are reporting false drone sightings.
Yeah, I
getting
reckon
an
there's a lot
aircraft
that's
mixed up
doing
with
that.
what they think is a drone because they don't have flight radar, and there is something with blinking lights above their house, and they're like, oh my gosh, am I going to be abducted? Now, there are a couple of addresses in New Jersey that if any of the drone pilots or aliens from out there in outer space are looking for, you know, some fine people to abduct, I've got their addresses, so, you know, just kind of hit me up. You know, my business email is down here, link in the description, but that was a joke, but kind of not really. This is something that, listen, this is something that I don't think any of us were ever prepared for. You know, you see movies all the time that anticipate these weapons, but you don't, I didn't think I'd ever see something like this in my lifetime.
No.
Now, I'm going to tell you about my experience out there. 4 degrees outside.
Yeah.
This is where I think is something to
keep the batteries warm.
Oh, that thing is, that's just chilling there.
It moved
over. These drones are almost in the air for 7 to 8 hours, and not one person has seen where they take off or land from.
Not even out here 5 minutes, and then boom, right out the gate.
Oh, he's got one of those things from Temu. I was looking at them, night vision goggles.
Yeah, there's another one behind it, but that's
They're
exactly
at the
what they were
pizza
talking
hut.
about.
Yeah. I miss pizza. I've got a Pizza Hut here in Campbell.
Oh, that thing is, that's just
Hello,
chilling there.
Queen Street, I think.
It moved over a little bit. It moved over and then it went this way and then it just came back and stayed there.
So it's not like they're taking off a couple miles away. It's not like they're just taking off in someone's backyard.
No.
This is a very sophisticated UAP. And there's multiple. Now, I know there's drone sightings happening all over the world right now. And let's get this straight. This is a mass-scale operation, if that's what this really truly is.
Now see, look at this. The only thing on flight radar is that plane over there. Way over there. That's the only thing on flight radar. So that's the thing. It's like that's what that guy said tonight or earlier today. He's like, you're gonna notice like a lot of weird patterns and behaviors, as if it is like kind of AI controlled drones. Look at this thing. See that over the treetop?
So so here's kind of what I'm getting at. Are the drones here for surveillance? Are they a part of some giant experiment, like a social experiment on all
Yeah,
of
to
us?
see
Is
where
the
we
government
would
pulling a
react.
social experiment
What
on
they
us,
would
saying,
do.
hey, how are these people going to react? Is this another ruse? Is this another, wool sheet pulled over our heads and saying, hey, this is nothing, but it actually is something. The truth is, no one knows for sure, but authorities aren't taking this lightly, and whoever's flying these things around clearly doesn't want to
I've
be
got the
found.
source
But with sightings
lately
happening more than
history.
often than not, the rumors grow louder and louder every single day, in my opinion. And one thing's for sure, I don't think the mystery is even far from being. I don't think the mystery is going to be solved anytime soon. And I'm going to play a clip right now from the Pentagon, who was interviewed about these UAPs. They did not confirm, but they also did not deny that it's extraterrestrial. But that's the way this makes me lean. And again, I don't know what to believe. We can only go off of what is being told to us right now.
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones
Nope.
are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
From the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went.
One of the creepier things is the size of the drones. People are claiming that they are anywhere from 8 to 10 foot wingspans. That's beyond your average consumer drone like a DJI or Skydio can do. And then there's the way they move. People have seen them hovering completely still, even in high winds. That's a level
I
of
don't know if they're
stabilization
here
you
yet.
probably would
They're
expect
now
from
in
military
Australia.
grade tech or something,
Holy
not
mackerel.
something you'd find in like a
Whereabouts,
backyard
see?
hobby drone like
Whereabouts?
we all own. And then there's the speed. This is where I get confused the most at, okay? The speed, these drones can be hovering in one spot for hours, and then when they decide to move, they're gone in a flash. Accelerating so fast it's almost impossible to track them with the naked eye, which brings me to my next point. There were local authorities in New Jersey who put up one of their law enforcement grade drones and tried to get up close to one, and it took off so fast the law enforcement drone couldn't even keep up with whatever UAP or drone this was in the sky. So then it brings me to the next one, which is my favorite, are the Karens on your neighborhood Facebook groups that are freaking the F out over these drones right now. And, Karen's feeding cats right now. All right, she's worried about drones abducting her cats. There was a claim on a Facebook group that I'm a part of. I joined and pretended I was a resident, and people were claiming that there was a drone that tried to snag 2 dogs out of someone's backyard. Those are the claims I don't put much merit to unless I see like a Ring camera and a poor dog. I would hate to see it, but a dog lifting up out of the air via drone or UAP. I'm not putting much credit towards that. So you really got to be careful of what you read on the internet right now. There are so many theories out there. So some of these experts out here are even thinking that the drones might be equipped with LiDAR, basically a laser scanning system that can create a super detailed 3D map of the ground below. That would explain, obviously, why people see these flying in a grid-like pattern, almost like they're scanning the area for something. But my question is, what the hell are they scanning for?
I'm
That's
staying
obviously
home,
the
man.
million-dollar question here. Some people have also said that these drones have some type of detection system on them to detect nuclear activity or like radiation
I got
on
me
the
Coke
ground.
from Amazon.
But again,
Coke
if that's
Zero
a concern, shouldn't we be
came
telling
today.
the American people? I think we all deserve that. As citizens and taxpayers of the United States of America, I believe we are owed just a tiny bit of explanation. Like, hey, listen, this is us. This is the U.S. military. And so what else? So while we're talking about the Facebook groups, a lot of people first speculated that these were delivery drones from or
Well, yeah, but
like
wouldn't
that,
they
who are
say
experimenting
that?
with UAP or AKA drones to deliver packages straight to your front door. But obviously, if they were drones owned by big corporations, first off, the government's going to know. Second of all, the government will be like, hey guys, it's just deliveries. They're practicing. They're testing this out. And again, this kind of just brings me back to the secretism in which we are experiencing right now in the United States.
There's nothing in
and it's that no
Tasmania.
one knows. I, for one, I find it very strange that local law enforcement agencies are elected officials. Everyone's asking questions and no one is giving a straight answer. It's in my opinion, it's a political answer. Everyone just kind of beats and dances around the bush and oh yeah, rah rah, all this stuff. Nothing to worry about. But they said the same thing about a lot of other stuff here recently too.
They do.
And I think we all kind of know that you have to form your own opinion. You have to do your own research, and you also have to be smart about this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask me one thing: whatever you do,
I'm on 5G. What's going on?
Approach that drone unless you have safety equipment on.
Okay, let me get out of there. I'll
He's
come
like,
back in.
personal protection, and I'm like,
okay,
you mean
come
like,
on.
You know, a firearm? He's like, no. Hazmat suit. Do you own a hazmat suit? I said, no, I don't own a hazmat suit. He said, well, don't go towards me. And I said, okay, well, where is the information coming in that's telling you all to put on this, you know, hazmat suit to go and look at a drone?
Okay, well,
he said, I can't disclose that information. And I'm like, okay, somebody somewhere knows information, but somebody's not coming off of the information. Okay, so again, if you see a drone that's crashed, or you're going to go find a crashed drone that you thought happened, please be careful. Understand that if this is a foreign adversary drone, or UAP, there could potentially be some dangerous substances in there. Which brings me to the next point. There are multiple people on social media that take us here in the wintertime because it's 24 degrees out. So you're not spraying fertilizer.
Nope.
The only thing that I can personally come up with in my head, these UAPs are spraying, I don't know why, that we're spraying for radiation. I don't know how that works. But a lot of people on social media right now are saying, yeah, this could be trying to detect radiation of, you know, foreign adversaries that could be hiding out in here. And, you know, if you're a fan of the Sean Ryan podcast, which I'm a massive fan of, he actually had this lady on there the other day that said there's, you know, terrorist organizations that sit silently in countries, including ours.
We think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities.
No,
and that got me thinking, like, what the hell?
I'm fighting with the internet right now. I think the internet's
Where do we all draw the line of information and safety to the public? Because right now, mass hysteria is happening. I think everyone knows that. Everyone sees it. For goodness sakes, you know, Karen on every Facebook page and a local community Facebook page that should be said in New Jersey is freaking out right now. Freaking out. And in part 2, it's going to be less of me talking one-on-one to all of you, but in part 2 of this series that I'm doing, I'm going to try to do something that has never been done before while chasing these drones. And no, I'm not putting myself in a legal ramification. I'm putting myself in a questionable scenario that if something were to happen between me and this UAP, it could potentially be life-threatening. And I know what you're all thinking. Now, this theory is up here in my head. I personally think that it is an AI-controlled program going on right now.
Yeah.
Because if you think about this, for lack of a better term, I'm going to use this charger from my Apple computer. Think about this. Let's say there's 50 drones flying all at one time.
I love this one here.
That means there has to be 50 people controlling, 50 operators or pilots controlling from somewhere.
Working.
And you're telling me that we can't intercept that signal. You're telling me that we can't intercept where they're taking off of and where they're landing? It seems a little weird to me. And maybe if it is AI powered and it has the technology and capability of avoiding LiDAR, radar, and all of these detection systems that not only our military has but local law enforcement has, we really probably have a problem on our hands. I truly think that. That's my thing. I think this is AI powered and AI. Or we could be invaded by aliens. I have no clue. I don't have a clue.
No.
I hope that you all have enjoyed this video so far.
I think we're going to be screwed, Ian.
Part 2 is going to be wild.
Okay. Love you. See you
5 minutes after I get done hitting record
copyright
on this video.
Maybe it's telling me we're copyrighted.
And I'm going to
or
be
5G is lousy
the
tonight.
entire New Jersey state.
Come on, 5G.
And interviewing people.
How can you possibly be bad?
And quite frankly, figuring out what the hell is
going on. Now at 8:30, we have got one more here I want to see. I have not seen this. This is the Brave podcast, Ian. This is Angela, okay? This is his other channel.
Rumor has it there are UFOs in the sky all over the place, and I've heard a lot of theories about what they might be, but it seems to me like no one has a clue as to exactly what they are. So it's kind of been like all week where a lot of people are just mentioning, hey, there's this video, there's that video. A lot appear to have been debunked. Really know what's going on out there. Some people are saying a lot of them are airplanes, but a lot of other people are saying there's other ones out there that are definitely not airplanes, and even the U.S. government doesn't seem to know what's going on. Interestingly enough, the first time I had heard about this, there was something so large,
yeah, what do you reckon,
SUV in the sky. So today on the Brave Podcast, we're going to explore a little bit into what these UFOs or UAPs, as they're calling them now, and try and see if we can kind of figure out what they are, or at least maybe what other people think they could be. Because I have absolutely no idea. I'm not obviously convinced aliens exist. I've never actually seen one, but there's a lot of plausibilities out there. There's a lot of people who've shared information from places like Area 51, where I have been myself at least twice. The last time we were there, we caught one of the strangest things I've ever seen, ever before. Kind of like some sort of drone activity, and interestingly enough, it kind of possibly ties into what people are seeing now. Maybe we'll actually go through that video, which is on my main channel, Exploring with Angela, here on YouTube. But yeah, let's get into it, because it's going to be very, very fascinating over the next couple of days if we can actually find out what the answer is. So I do know a few friends of mine have actually explored it. My friend Mo is currently in New Jersey with our other friend, Omar Gosh, and they're on the ground literally documenting what's happening out there. I'm going to go through his video because he's spoken to a few people there as well, and it's kind of interesting to get what their opinion might be. But let's start with Luke Rutkowski here, another YouTuber who I've actually met in person, fantastic guy, but some people would say tinfoil hat wearing type of man. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Obviously, that's a joke, but yeah, let's see what
These are not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct? That's right.
What do you reckon?
Crazy.
All
That
good?
is crazy. Crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
From the Coast Guard,
hang on.
who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between
we're gonna
12
hear a
and
lot of
30
repeats,
of these
actually.
drones as they went.
So wait, they're telling us that the Coast Guard is getting followed by whatever these things are in the sky?
Through the water.
These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing.
They know that they can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal. They know that they can't see them when they turn their lights out. They also don't know where they come from. They don't know where they go to.
One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying
Stop
over
freezing. I don't know why it's doing that, but that's kind of crazy. Imagine being in your car and all of a sudden you see this thing in the sky and your car starts doing some wonky things. Now, personally, I'm up here in Canada near Toronto, and I haven't really noticed anything. I do know people who have seen things. We've had people here on the show who've seen things that they absolutely cannot explain. Now, I'm going to go out later tonight. I'm not focusing on doing any sort of alien thing, but hey, you never know if we actually see something out there. But let's get back to this in a second, because this is really fascinating.
Their home.
Just right here over at Picatinny, there was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it.
It holds up very well for
About 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone.
Oh, damn.
warning on my screen, you know, lost control, and my drone started going down, dead.
These are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, what, like a couple feet off the table?
So DJI drones, so if you have, like, for example, I have the Mini Pro 4, so those types of drones, I know for a fact each battery is supposed to last anywhere from approximately 18 minutes to about half an hour. So for this to be happening is just unexplainable.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? See how it goes?
Make this
and
bigger.
then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it.
What the fuck is that, bro?
Oh yeah, it's like, it was like, oh, what the hell?
Jeez, I keep
Sorry, guys, I
freezing.
don't know
I
what's
don't
going on
know
with the
what
buffer
my
of the
camera is doing. I'm on
And it
5G.
was low, very low, but so bright and so clear. And it was huge. Like when you, I'm concerned.
So these are kind of reminding me, like I had mentioned, what Mo and I had filmed in Area 51. We were basically camping out there, and I had my camera set up on like a tripod, kind of set up the ISOs a little bit high, so the footage kind of looks a little bit grainy, but you can see clearly, and we will get to that in a few moments. I'm just going to go through a few more of these threads and theories before we actually get to what I saw, because it seems to me like a lot of what this footage is that people have captured is possibly similar. So maybe it is something that's, you know, confidential, coming from the U.S. government, and obviously they're not telling the U.S. authorities exactly what these things are because they don't really have to, because it's confidential. But it was fascinating because, like, I'm going to go through a few more of these. We have one from James the Fan here. He said, hold on, let me just switch the screen. He said, it's now confirmed that drones have been spotted in Washington, D.C. Let's be clear and honest, nothing enters D.C. airspace without government authorization. These are 100% U.S. drones. If this isn't some sort of strategic ploy, the real question we should all be asking, what are they searching for? There was one theory, this I actually heard from Mo, and I don't know exactly where he heard it from. I'm going to actually call him in a few moments, and let me give him a heads up that I'm going to probably call him about 10 minutes. But yeah, he's basically saying, where is he? There he is. He was basically saying, supposedly, that a nuclear bomb.
Yep.
Hang on, let me see. You good in 10 minutes. We're all just kind of doing this on the fly. I wasn't even really planning on doing a podcast today at all, to be honest with you. But yeah, so he's basically saying that apparently a nuclear bomb was stolen from Ukraine, which is kind of odd because I didn't know Ukraine had nuclear arms, because I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to. But anyways, apparently a nuclear arm went missing from Ukraine and has been placed somewhere in the United States. I'm assuming maybe somewhere near New York and Newark, which is New Jersey. That's where the state line is. Very, very busy area. And that the U.S. government is actively searching for this nuclear bomb, essentially, and that they don't know exactly where it is. And obviously, they're not going to tell us that that's what they're looking for, because that would create a lot of panic. But also, I mean, wouldn't you have to, like, evacuate the area? But again, I guess it has to do with the panic scenario. But let's check out the one here from James the Fan. I don't know what this is. I haven't really looked at all these videos yet.
They're not moving. They're staying stationary.
Yeah, let's see. This is.
Oh, I don't know why this keeps buffering. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I know. I keep buffering tonight too. Sorry about that.
What are those?
Look at the lights changing.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not.
Pretty sure planes don't fly in that area, or do they?
Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's an airplane.
Okay, I think we got it.
That's an airplane.
Unless it's U.S. military, I don't know.
One to the right.
Could be.
Or over here. Or over here. That's an airplane. Okay.
Over there is.
Okay, so that shows that.
Those are
This
not
is
moving.
very simple flux.
I'm telling you that they're not moving.
Unless they are planes that are legitimately going slow enough that it appears that they're not moving. because obviously they have to follow a certain pattern when they're coming into the airport, which kind of looks like they could be. I don't really know. We have a theory here. This is from Viva Fry. Best theory I have heard so far is that the drones are looking for some form of radiological weapon, which also ties back into what we just said. That the government knows exactly what the drones are, but can't disclose it for reasons of not causing a public panic, which I guess kind of makes sense.
Kind of makes sense.
It also seems to be the only explanation that makes sense. There is no way that the government doesn't know what the drones are. There is no way the government would be incapable of safely downing one of the drones. In my opinion, I guess... Yes, I guess that seems plausible, because it's such a busy area that you really wouldn't want to, blow up a drone in such a busy area, because you could hurt a lot of people, right? You wouldn't want this shrapnel falling onto somebody who might be walking by or whatever it might be, for obvious reasons. Let's see what this next thing is. This was another thing.
2, 3.
Let's start from the beginning.
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, I gotta be honest here. When this story first came out a few weeks ago, as a resident of New Jersey, as a journalist, I didn't pay it much credence. I thought it would turn out to be a bunch of pranksters, and this would all be over by now.
Yeah.
The experience I had last night, however, changed the way I feel about this story completely. What I saw was more sophisticated than I ever imagined. Take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5.
I don't know, to me that just looks like a plane.
I didn't believe what I was seeing.
I don't know
what was I seeing. We're here in Central Jersey. We've been looking for the past hour. I think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones. In fact, there's one over my shoulder right there. One after another.
Is that not
another. These drones appeared in the night sky. If you look real close, they look like fixed-wing aircraft, about 8 to 10 feet wide, colorful, white blinking lights.
That is not a plane.
Definitely not an airplane, but what
8 to 10 feet wide. Yeah, that's
hours
definitely
earlier,
not
I was invited to join the Ocean County Sheriff Department. They launched their own drones to see if they could intercept the mysterious aircraft New Jersey residents have been reporting in recent weeks. The department says these mystery drones evade detection because they don't give off heat like regular drones.
Why do you think that is? We don't know. It's just something that we haven't.
Okay, so
it's not something that we've had our hands on. It's not something that we
presumably
something they haven't experienced.
For some reason, the TV decided to react to what I said, but presumably, I think we can assume that if the police don't know what it is, with their own drones, and they're saying they're 8 to 10 feet wide, then I guess I'll take their word for it and assume that these definitely are not planes. So I have no idea. That's crazy, but this is the news on this so far. We got one more here. It says new ABC News crew. I'm not going to play the actual video, but you can see this orb thing on the screen.
There will be
However, it did get community noted, saying former fighter pilot at CW Lemoine points out that when the full video is seen, the strobing lights of an airliner are seen. The point being distant and out of focus gives it the orb-like appearance, which is true because with certain cameras, when you try and zoom all the way in, that is the case. This is a common issue when viewing distant objects like stars and planes. And last but not least, we got one more here from Steve Skujik. Okay, this is actually a thread here, so this might actually be very interesting. Okay, I wrote a post on this yesterday, but it's time for New Jersey drones thread with some of the evidence I've been collecting from afar. If you want to know what's going on, start here. All right, next part says, for weeks, UFO sightings have been increasing. The strangest, most persistent manifestation of this phenomenon is happening in New Jersey, where hundreds of sightings of strange, large drones disguised to look like commercial aircraft are flying around every night. They fly low and slow over residential neighborhoods and sensitive installations and even military bases. Drones that broadcast no flight information, and required by law, drones that stay in the air for hours, which typical drones cannot do. Which, as I had pointed out, I do know that the larger drones by DJI have more power, but they can't stay in the sky for hours. Maybe like if you're not really moving around as much. Maybe like 40 minutes, 45 minutes for the bigger ones.
Yeah, they won't work. They don't.
Lest you think is just a big misunderstanding. Law enforcement in New Jersey is concerned and stumped. And that's kind of my point. Like, if they don't know what's happening, then who actually does know what is happening? Whoever is behind this, they seem totally unconcerned about being photographed and filmed, which makes it highly unlikely they are the secret military or defense industry tech. How are a dozen of SUV size? Oh, here's another one. Wow. This is a commercial. Okay, so this one was confirmed as an airliner. The lights are FAA mandated navigation and recognition lights. Okay, sounds good. More video, so I'm assuming that's like the same thing. I think people are just getting confused because it's like it's hard to really tell what it is you're seeing in the sky.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little border.
What is this? This is a Cessna Citation X. It looks like a lot of this has context added. The lighting shows FAA. Okay, so that confirms that one. One more. 7 night drones flying over my house. But again, a lot of these could just be planes, and because people are actively looking for something.
The number of that on the radar, right?
What the heck is that?
If it's UFOs, they
okay, well that's not a plane. Well, many of these look like larger versions of conventional drones or fixed-wing aircraft. Some appear to be orbs. Motion detected on door cam and started recording.
If you get the radar app
freaky
for
one.
airplanes in, you can follow them. They have a tracking number on them.
Load.
Yeah, load. I don't know what this thing's doing. 3 times tonight.
What is that?
And
the way they're, like,
then you can
moving,
see if you go outside, you're in the area, right area.
It's not
you can
like
see
a
if that
conventional airplane, in my opinion.
Track the airplane through the app.
And we got more orb activity in New Jersey. These just go on and on and
on.
on. Sometimes they appear to
on.
be something else entirely. Where the person, the same location ID as a highly visible ball of power line and provided data images. So some of these have context, but some don't. Unusual activity reportedly over Barksdale AFB just minutes ago. Witnesses' name, address is in the DM. I took this 15 minutes ago.
God, God, it's hot with that fan going. Oh my God, it's hot.
And then basically what we've more or less already seen, etc., etc., etc.
A lot of
we do have our friend. I'm going to try and call Mo.
I think I'll go out of there.
If he will answer, because I do know he's in the process of filming right now, but
he seems to be on repeat mode, what we've already heard. Oh, not you, go away. Guys, mate, let's see in here what's come up. We've got a volcano going off again. Thousands of reports. Okay, what's this one all about? Oh, there's that young man. Okay, we'll have him. Let's have him, eh?
Thousands of videos are being posted of drones in the
this
sky.
Is Groovy
I
Kevin.
think we've seen about 40 or 50 of these drones.
That's not a plane.
The government doesn't know what's going on.
What is going on in New Jersey?
We just don't know.
What the heck is going on?
The
Another
FBI
28 minutes.
is investigating them, and they don't know what they are.
Yeah, 22 minutes.
Now I'm worried. They can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal.
They don't know anything. They don't know what it is.
So I'm going to talk to people. Go to where these drones have apparently crashed. Try to see them for myself and figure out what is actually.
I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of him.
This is where the first actually reported sighting of these drones took place by the FAA. Apparently there have been sightings as recently as last night.
The FBI is investigating these mysterious drone sightings in Morris County. Residents say they've been appearing more frequently in recent weeks, and tonight many people want to know exactly where they're coming from.
The first thing I want to do is ask people in this town specifically if they've seen these drones. Excuse me, have you guys seen the drones in New Jersey? Have you heard about that stuff?
I've not seen them, no.
What do you believe they are?
I have no idea.
Now this one, guys, you come in, you join each one.
The one above the school that we're at.
Really?
It didn't seem anything more than just recreational drones. So what I've seen.
Really? Okay, interesting.
I mean, maybe I've not seen the same drones that you guys have seen.
Yeah, maybe some dude with like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Bro, nobody cares. We could be getting invaded by aliens. Everybody's like,
He almost shot.
What else would be new?
He's a Marine. He's ready to take him out.
Probably the government.
our government or a different government?
It can't be another government, guys. It can't be another government.
Well, that,
I saw one last night.
Last night?
I think it was a plane.
Really?
Yes.
You
Yeah, I
don't
think a lot
think
of
it
people are
could
missing
be
planes. What
the
like, color was
opposition,
it?
do you?
It was multicolored, like
The American
green,
opposition
green
leader,
lights, red lights.
one
So
that lost,
here's a little bit of the problem.
Biden.
Planes,
Something to
I
do with
believe,
him.
on the right wing have a red flashing light,
Yeah,
left
they
wing
do.
have a green flashing light, and
Yeah.
then on the back I think it's like white or front. The problem is drones also have a red and green light. Like drones just have that. My drone I think has
Yeah,
a red and green light. I should start flying my drone. Guys, do you see that?
You said my
It's
drone.
following me. It's like chasing me down the road.
Regular people weren't knowing much, so I decided to talk to some officers.
We're making a video about like the drones in New Jersey. I was wondering if you know much about them or know anything about them.
Then I've got the patrol officer, but
Okay. All good. You don't know if they're investigating them or anything?
As far as we're aware, you got the prosecutor's office, you got above that, state police,
They're
you got
going behind.
federal
Some.
agencies that are looking into it, but they haven't disseminated anything down to my level.
Oh, good. Thank you.
It's not bad. Good luck finding it.
Yeah. We're just making a video about the New Jersey drones. I was wondering if you know much about it. No comment? Nothing you can tell us?
No, he'd lose his job.
Anything, or can't say anything?
You guys know exactly what we know.
Oh, okay.
We're working with, our federal partners and with our county and state partners as well.
Do you have any personal opinion on it? No personal opinion. All right. All right. Well, thank you, man. We did talk to some other officers that was in a little bit of a different county, and they basically told us that they're getting a ton of calls of reported sightings, and they stopped going to these calls because almost every time they are planes. That's interesting. Anytime you see an alien, Bigfoot, the ghost, call the ghost actors. Merch coming out soon. Good plug.
There were multiple drone hotspots we were going to go to. One where the most clear video of a drone was taken and determined by an expert to not be a plane. Then where one apparently crashed this morning. And then we were going to meet up with someone who got a video of these drones. But for now, we went to where this video was taken.
Dude, I can't tell. There's a lot of stuff.
There's something right over there where you were, but that could have been the moon. The moon is full, Ian.
I can't tell, dude.
It's a full moon
Like when I
tonight.
zoom in, they just look like
All the
well,
crazy
I think
things
we're just
happen
somewhat near
on
an
a
airport.
full moon.
So like, okay, that's definitely a plane. I can see the green and red clearly on the left and right wing.
Full moon.
That's a plane, I believe. That's a plane. Damn, that's the clearest video I got of a plane. So you can see really well in this.
Oh, that's
right
a
wing,
big,
green,
beautiful.
left wing, red.
Yeah.
And then there's like I think that's a star. This?
This is harder, more harder than do than I thought it would be. Just flux more.
Yeah, have you seen any drones? I can't tell if they're airplanes or drones. You guys have seen a lot? What do you think they are?
What are you two red racks up
Really?
to late at night, eh?
Oh,
What are they up to, Ian?
Thank you.
What are they up to late at night?
Those two, I don't know if those are stars or those might be
I
drones.
was up late at
Look
night
how many
like
is
that.
on
I'd
this
be
thing. I
having
want
my
to show you.
own
Look at
breath
this, Ethan.
smacked.
There's 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
there's
4,
three.
5, 6. I don't think all of those are planes. I don't think all of those are planes.
No, I don't think they're all
I'm gonna
planes
say-
either. I don't think they're
I
all
might sound
planes.
crazy. I might look crazy. I might be crazy. That's it. Yeah,
This
we need one to
guy's
like
behind.
literally
This is
like be spying on us. Maybe like what do they want to spy on? Maybe the
What
drone.
do they want to spy on?
We got all the golf carts right here. Don't look over here.
So right after recording this, I saw a TikTok about a crashed drone just 40 minutes from where I was. So naturally, I headed up there as quick as possible before going to the other two
I think I'll
spots,
put
and
the
at the end of this
document.
video, calling someone who served in the Air Force for 25
Yeah,
years and
I
has
call
worked
it.
with a lot of drones and airplanes.
A major response from authorities that could be related to an incident involving a drone. It is happening in Hillsborough, New
behind.
Jersey.
Yeah, Bianca, I talked to several people who tell us they heard a drone crash somewhere behind where I'm standing.
Hey, I got a weird question for you. Have you heard about the drones in New Jersey? Do you know if there was a crash near here? I saw a video of it.
They said that there was, but now the township is saying there isn't.
Really?
Has been. It's over by Lowe's.
Over by Lowe's? Yo, have you guys seen a drone around here?
Not tonight yet, but I saw like 40 of them last night.
Dead? In this town? Just like where at?
So like I live probably 10 minutes
Okay.
But they were definitely just going across the sky and
We heard there was a crash one over here.
Maybe I
By the
won't.
Lowe's?
I don't know.
Do you know if
See
it's
about that.
anything still there or not?
Assuming they picked it up and crashed it like 7:30.
7:30 this morning? Oh, okay.
So they stopped the investigation at 12, which was bullshit. I'm pretty sure they just found it and took it.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much. You too. The Lowe's workers went 100% now if they were here in the morning because he said until 12. They were there until 12. Dude, I feel like the opposite of Nikocado Avocado. I'm 2 steps behind, bro. Listen.
Now we're going behind. This is flux, but we're going behind each one.
You looking for them too?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the crash here?
It happened right over here somewhere.
Yeah. Do you know exactly where? Or we were trying to figure
That's what I was gonna go in there. I was gonna go get something and ask him if it really.
Dude, that's what we're doing too.
This is crazy. They don't care.
Have you seen a lot? All night. All night.
Every night for the past 6 months. And I never get good footage, right?
It's really hard to. You can't zoom in at all, especially at night. That's why.
They say that they don't know what these things are. But sure enough.
Oh, that's
iPhones don't have the range of
crazy, right? Insane.
the
Would you have happened to be
range
here when the crash happened outside?
We can't have any of the cameras or anything in store. We can
No
have
cameras?
somebody- Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they're gonna get
Yeah,
involved
just
by
put it
the
down.
guys.
All good. Would you be able to show us where at all?
You can contact corporate. And you can
Okay.
ask them any questions.
Okay.
But
You can't say anything?
you can't say anything outside.
Okay. Nothing off camera? Can't show us? Okay. All good.
Yeah. Contact corporate.
Okay. Will do. Hey, super random question. Would you happen to know anything about the drone crash that happened outside here?
Earlier today, there's lots of cars, lots of trucks, a lot of
He said no camera in the store, and he's interviewing in the store.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. You know?
Yeah.
No, I saw the next door and I was about it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Did you hear about it? Where the crash was? Oh, there were two.
It's just, nutty because they're coming over in waves right over top of my house.
A little bit high.
And they're coming straight across the road.
It is so odd.
So loud.
I wonder what government it is.
The United States, but they're probably there protecting us because maybe another country's like, we're going to come get you.
And see how high they are? And they could probably see
Your shoelaces from up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could. They can see your shoelaces very easily.
All right. Nice to meet you.
They can
The
see your
amazing thing
whole
is, I'm gonna
face
be
if
real.
you
These all
wanted
do look
to.
like planes. Everything he pointed
Are
at.
you
looks
still
like
going?
I think everything he pointed at was a plane. But also, every single local we've talked to is like, there's not this many planes. And also, like, I personally have never seen this many planes in my life. There's been a few times where it's like within the span of like 10 minutes, we've seen like 40 to 50 planes. Like,
That's
the one thing that's
unusual,
like, okay,
isn't it?
maybe that makes sense is it's like New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire, all those are really, there's tons of airports really close to each other, even more so than Los Angeles, I think. Okay, but, and then that one guy texted me that we met up in there. He said, I just spoke to a guy, he told me that whatever it was in the pond. I think it's right by the parking lot, but he said he couldn't say anything else. Okay, let's go look over there. Dude, imagine we see like a alien head pop out. So apparently this is where the drone crashed. Even though all the pictures and everything was over there.
Yeah, I'm
There's
looking
no way
over
they
at
could
my
find
monitor.
anything,
Oh, it's
right?
beautiful.
I'm not crazy for saying that, right? If five
Thank
police
you.
trucks or five
Oh, later.
fire trucks
Okay.
came over
Bye
here,
bye. Night night.
and there were people
I'll see you
in hazmat
tomorrow
suits,
night. I might head off
and they
too.
didn't,
What
they
time
didn't
is
find
it?
anything. Why
Oh,
were they here? Why
it's
did they
9:30.
come here? It had to be something.
I might
This
have
seemed like
something
a
else
dead
in a
end.
minute.
We didn't know what we were looking at this guy.
I'll
The
see you
FBI
later,
claimed
Ian.
this crush was
Bye.
nothing. So we went to meet up with a man that was pretty convinced he was seeing drones or something in the sky. And after that, we would finally, hopefully, get some answers from someone who worked in the Air Force with many drones.
Right now we're driving to meet up with Zach.
I had a
in the
big
middle of
day
nowhere
out.
in New Jersey.
Yes, I'm nugget
but
too,
there
actually,
is,
but
like,
I'll keep
lights
going for a little
everywhere.
while.
Like an abnormal amount of planes, I feel like. What I will say is,
You
the
can
guy
go
we're going
eat.
to visit right now, it was not a plane that he saw, because it was like it was flashing like weird colors. So this guy's was not a plane at the very beginning. I'm Zach
Now go
Austin.
check him out, Ian. Go
The
check
video that
him
kind of
out.
started this all was we were up at
Yeah, you are
farm
going to
taking
bed
a test
early,
here.
aren't you?
They're
8
coming,
o'clock?
and it was just low, and
It's only
I've
8 o'clock,
never
are
seen
you?
a plane like that over there. And
Okay,
I was
night night.
feeling that it wasn't a plane, and so I pulled out my camera, and then it kind of like turned towards me, and that's in the
I'll
video.
have to
I go, whoa.
change the heading
I had
somehow.
this feeling that I was like, whoa, is this like contact? Like, is this the real deal? And it like kind of really freaked me out. But then I was like, oh, it's probably just a plane. So it had that motor sound. And then 2 weeks later, I think it was, that was November 14th. Then I started hearing about these drones and I saw images of them. And I was like, that's what I saw. And since then, following night or so, that's when I took a drive to go somewhere. And there was just so many lights in the sky, unusual amount. That we can, because I've also been seeing orbs more frequently as well.
I mean, should we go check out the...
Yeah, so we can walk up to the top of the property, and I'll show you where I've seen some. This is where I saw
Sorry, that was me, guys.
And dude, it was like this like mist on the ground. And I was like saying like, oh, this is a very sci-fi vibe. Yeah, that's moving. You see that? It's so good.
Right out of his sight.
I think I'm totally crazy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely moving a lot.
Cool. Yeah, look at that.
Could be aliens.
50-50. Well, if it's not anything, but I mean, helicopter. If the news and everyone else wasn't also seeing this, you know, this would seem crazy, but it's actually, it's not crazy. Oh! See, sometimes they move
up to that one.
In a way that our brains are like, that's not normal. Don't you feel that? You pick
That's
that up
not
in your
normal.
mind?
Definitely not
It's moving a
normal.
little funky.
I know I'm not going shopping on Thursday. I'm not going out anymore until
Alright, I'm gonna be tripping. Okay, that one is not moving at all. It's flashing a little. Oh, that one is weird.
You see it moving weird?
Oh,
Yeah, look
now
at
it's
him.
moving.
Look at him
Oh, that
change.
is weird. Holy shit.
That is not a helicopter
It'll
or a
stop and then
plane.
it'll move kind of fast.
Well, that one's actually hot.
And then they move really fast for a second.
Oh, that one's weird. I see it at 2 lights now.
Yeah. Oh, it's moving fast. Dang, that's so weird.
Wait, is that the same one?
Same one, yeah.
This is from
It looks like
Zentangle.
remember Star Wars?
That's the
Those-
same one?
Yeah.
This is Rick's
He's coming our way.
flux.
Go for it. Oh, that one. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Look at it. Ooh, that's the best one yet.
That got bright.
Sorry.
What? Drone lights can't be that light, right? And,
No,
and the
they're
thing
not.
about a drone is, if there were drones, wouldn't they want to stay hidden?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what theory I believe in anymore.
Yeah. You guys are right where I've been. I've not been sleeping well.
Same. Yeah, we definitely haven't been. We were sleeping on a bus last night.
Oh, crazy. Where you guys came from?
The guy next to us was charging his ankle monitor.
Even they're out.
I'm gonna have to send that
Even
to my
they're
dad.
out,
My dad is
guys.
a pilot. Maybe he knows.
Wait, what's his perspective on all this?
But he's a very, very, very logical guy. Which is funny because then there's me, the schizophrenic son.
Well, it's cool to find the schizophrenic community because I feel like I'm finding that now.
We're gonna have like a meeting, all the schizophrenic people. Schizophrenics Anonymous.
And everyone's just like, look at how light bright that is.
And it's like a video of a black sky. It's actually nothing.
I really felt like we were seeing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to have a look at some of
planes.
these
Could they be
videos
drones?
now.
Could they be aliens? Or could they just be something else? There was no real way I could know. So I called Colonel Baker to get some new insight.
I spent 25 years in the United States Air Force, was a pilot, flew both manned and unmanned aircraft. After the Air Force, I was a defense contractor for a small drone company.
We talked to a lot of people and looked at a lot of lights in the sky, and a lot of them look like planes. Even a lot of the videos to me look like planes. It's really hard to tell the difference. So I just want to confirm with you that there are drones in the sky, that you believe.
I do believe there are drones in the
Gee,
sky.
I love his haircut.
I've seen probably about 20 videos that are filmed just by, iPhones and whatnot on the ground. Of those videos, I would say that roughly 98% of them are either commercial or general aviation aircraft. But it's the 2% that I've seen that are pretty intriguing. And I would say the videos I saw of drones that I can identify as a drone were probably your smaller recreational hobbyist type of drone. What I didn't see that people have been talking about is car-sized or SUV sized. I'm using their terms. That I have not seen any video footage of anything that, to me, that looked like it was something that large.
So I believe there's 3 reported crashes, and so you said the first one that was kind of on a highway. I forget where exactly that was. I think it was somewhere in Morris County where I was
there
earlier.
she is.
But that one you said just turned out to be a plane.
It was filmed at an interesting angle. That one was truly debunked, was a general aviation aircraft, and it was not a drone. So there was a report of a drone crash that occurred in someone's backyard, and the story goes that the mayor of that township actually went to the house. They did confirm that it was a drone crash in the backyard. However, it was deemed to be a copycat type of scenario where you had somebody that was flying a DJI Phantom, I believe, an older drone.
I remember.
And then there was one crash that I sent you, actually, that we went to.
Yeah, that one to me was the most compelling of the 3, and simply because it was filmed by a news crew who happened to be up in a helicopter. Basically, it avoided any sort of governmental influence or anything else that might be out there. And like you said, there were hazmat suits used in New Jersey. They put out, the FBI has put out a public bulletin that tells people that if you do see a drone crash, to stay at least 300 feet away from it, and then it tells the local authorities to wear hazmat suits before they approach it. That's been put out by our federal government. This one, the FBI did come back and say they found no evidence of a drone crash. I'm not here to question the FBI in any way. However, the footage from the helicopter demonstrated that there was something there.
There were videos taken of a lot of like car lights, almost like car alarms going off in like a big parking lot, and then one with, I think, street lights flashing. And so I was wondering, and that's all happening around this time in New Jersey, so I was wondering if you think that could have anything to do with this situation, or if that's simply just random.
It could be all the above. There are sensors that could do that. I saw that happen in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I guess the biggest question I think everybody has, and I definitely have, and what I've been wondering, it seems like the police don't know what's going on, the FBI doesn't know what's going on, the government, White House doesn't know what's going on. Why aren't we taking these drones down?
Essentially, what we have is something called it's a federal statute, a federal law that's called the Aircraft Sabotage Act. And it's all about, your common citizen not being able to shoot at or shoot down an aircraft. And so only the federal government can respond in a adversarial way, I'll call it. And that's frustrating, as you can imagine, both state and local governments. So you have the governor of New Jersey, federal crime, law enforcement on the site to shoot it down. So he can't do that.
Wow.
The bigger question, I think, is why is the federal government not taking care of this issue? The federal government has access to certain counter-drone services corporations, I'll call them. So that capability exists, and it's actually used in America all the time. People don't realize it. Since 2022, we've had 600 known incursions, drone incursions, over military bases. 600 reported incidents by our U.S. military. So a lot of people out there are saying, this is our military that's doing this. It could be. However, just know that this is not an isolated incident.
Let's go behind that.
I personally think this is our government. I don't think there's any way it's another country. I think they would be out of the sky. I think it's our government. I think most of the sighting videos, most of the stuff you see, is
I think it's our government.
Truthfully, we looked for hours. I think there's some weird stuff. I think some of the people we talked with in this video have seen weird stuff. It's just so hard to tell the difference between weird stuff and the planes, especially when no one's looking up. Moral of the story, message of the story, look up. we're so like locked in. Like a lot of times we're just so much on TikTok and stuff that it's like our reality gets warped. Like we don't even feel like we're. At least this happens to me. I'll be on social media so much that whatever I'm watching on social media starts to feel like the real world. I don't know what kind of message this video is turning into. What I'm yapping about right now. Man, just start looking up. Start looking up at the skies. Just start living in the real world. That's what I'm trying to say. If you want to see more alien videos, I'm going to make a massive series middle of next year. Subscribe for that. I promise it's going to be the best alien series on YouTube. Subscribe. I'm trying to hit 2 million to collab with Sam and Colby. Go follow my Instagram. I post a bunch of extra content. Go follow my second channel. I'm going to start posting my videos extended on there. Go follow my Reddit. What mystery, what adventure, what quest should I go on next? Leave some comments. I love you guys. Peace.
Alright, storm's going. I just left him a little bit. You got it! Jesus! These bloody things. Go away! Vanish! Man, that's difficult. Now, like I was saying, this is flux, okay? This is full flux and orbs. Thousands of reports have said that one, haven't we? Big breaking news. Eva and Tony's back again. No. Oh, I had a 3-hour nap this afternoon. I still got more. Something big is happening. Oh, this is the guy I wanted to see next. Something big is happening. What's happening?
Lately, there's been a lot of buzz about mysterious drone activity in the United States. These aren't your typical drones you'd see at a park or filming an influencer's travel vlog. These are much larger, more advanced, and often spotted near critical infrastructure like power plants, airports, and military bases. Now, I want to be upfront. What I'm about to share is a theory. This idea has already been circulating on platforms like X and YouTube. And while it makes sense to me, it's purely speculative. I'm not here to spread misinformation, just to explore possibilities. So, let's break this down and see if we can make sense of what's going on. Over the last few months, drones have been spotted in areas where they have no apparent reason to be. Reports describe them flying at night, low to the ground, and often near highly sensitive locations. Witnesses say these drones are larger than usual, with visible lights and beacons, making them impossible to miss. The sightings have triggered countless questions. Who's operating them? What are they looking for? And why are they so conspicuous? The conspicuous nature of these drones is one of the biggest puzzles. Typically, surveillance operations aim to stay under the radar, figuratively and literally. Yet these drones seem designed to be seen. Could that be intentional? Or is it simply a byproduct of regulations requiring visible markers, like lights and beacons? There are several plausible explanations for this drone activity, each with its own set of implications.
Yeah, I think I've had enough of that.
Is that these...
I think I've had enough of that one. Oh, UFOs. Oh, hello. What's in aliens in Alaska?
And one of the most isolated
Captured on camera. Aliens in
I
Alaska.
really enjoy taking pictures of Denali. I've taken thousands, and it's not just one shot a day. I get up, I walk down to the corner. If it's out, I'll take.
Okay, I think we've gone a little bit on the wild side. Worst storms in a century result. Oh, blimey. Oh, I love this guy. Not him, but this guy. I love him. He's good. Yeah, what are we going to do? We're doing flux for starters. Then we're going to put some orbs in. So I might do this off camera. What time is it? 9:30? Okay, I'm going to end. I'm not going to be taken off for the fourth time. Let's end this now. We'll see how many copyright strikes we've got against us. Tomorrow, let's have a look at the weather. The weather. 25, 4. Oh, nice starry night. Now, can we see any orb flying around? Would we see any in this camera, you reckon? Now, let's bring up Sydney stars. Let's bring up Sydney stars. Let's just pull that down. Let's see if there's anything. No, can't do that, can we? That was a shooting star. Let's see what's outside our window. I don't know where this camera is in Sydney. Cloud cover, yeah. Another shooting star going in the opposite direction. Got a cloud cover coming over. Of course there is. Supposed to be a thunderstorm tomorrow. We'll see. We will see. Gee, look at that cloud. Now this is Sydney skyline. What's in Smithfield, my old stomping ground? What's happening in Smithfield? Oh, Kitlos. Anything happen with another shooting star? Ooh, what's going on there? Have a look at your weather map, guys. Have a look at your weather map, see what's going on. It is going to be 38, between 38 and 45 tomorrow. And my air conditioner will be definitely on. 74% humidity. I think I might turn off my bloody fan and put my aircon on. Yeah, it's bloody hot. Let's have a look at Zentangle. We were looking at that one earlier. Take note. I think I could do that one. Now, I'm going to have something to eat. Have another drink. This one's a good one. Yeah, that's a difficult one, but it's not too bad. Follow the steps. Yeah, definitely going to have something to eat. I haven't had anything yet. I just don't know what. What on earth is that all about? Oh, hell no. Oh, that's diamond painting. Okay, that's a diamond painting. Oh, this is our Zentangle. This is Zentangle pattern. Have a look at it. Have a look at Pinterest if you're stumped for ideas. It's an excellent stomping ground. It's whole Pinterest. Mooka. It's a good old Mooka done a different way. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. And we'll be back to our normal ghost stories, okay? Our normal ghost hunting story tomorrow night. Now, have a good night. I'm not going to risk being taken off air again. 3 times tonight I was taken off air. Bloody hell, I don't know. But I don't know why I'm sleepy. That's a nice Christmas village, by the way. I don't know a clue why I'm sleepy right now. Jensen Ackles when he was younger. When he was in his 20s. Yes, I'm a fan. I love my Supernatural. I thought it was going to be a movie one. I love my Supernatural, guys. I have a coffee cup and a blanket on my bed for winter time. It's a beautiful warm blanket. Got it from Temu. Of course, it's not authentic. It's not authentic by any means. Ooh. And that's a bedroom. I'm not too sure about the stairs. There's no hand railing. I'd like a hand railing here. Here or there. I'm not very good on stairs, but I do like that idea. I wonder if you can recreate that with like a bunk bed types thing. I would love more space. That's what I want, is more space. It's a nice little cosy little nook too. Okay, let's leave this internet world and get back to reality. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised I'm so tired. Okie dokie. Okay, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7:30. We'll finish this one off, or I'll finish this one off maybe tomorrow morning, and I'll post it. Okay, night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Still trying to upload to Facebook. It's one little video. How hard is it to do one little? I've actually uploaded it. How hard is it to upload a video? Okay, night.